Flooding the market, a break from the garbage. An artist, sensitive about mind pardon. No margin for error, flawless be rarer. The black cat goddess, you walking with a panther. Painting these pictures with words like Samantha, MacGyver. Alchemy on the track, make it lava. And I won't stop rocking till I retire. Singular or plural, she break numero uno. Colder than you know.
Hey, it's your girl, Madam Money, aka Trap, and welcome to the official Sorting Game album review of Pharoahe Monch, A Magnificent Day for Exorcism. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and let's get it. Now, we all are familiar with Pharoahe Monch and what he brings to the table, on and off wax, you feel me? But they're going like underneath this thing, like 13, like this whole thing is like 13 or whatever, right? This has Daru Jones on here, and also Marcus Machado. I'm sorry if I don't pronounce your name right. I apologize. Sincerest apologies. It's like reinforcing like this drum and these guitar things. So like when you have a rapper bring those type of two elements to the table here, I was really curious, was this gonna stay in the realm of hip hop, or was it gonna carry and go over into like a rock vibe and everything like that here? And like in some places in here it does, but I mean, it's crazy. All right, now you know just because I know music, right? And I know the artist, when I know an artist, I know what they're going to bring to the table. I'm going to tell you that I was kind of expecting something like this from the name and Pharoahe Monch being involved, but I wasn't expecting this at all right? Now, for the first track on here, Colt 45, like before he even came on, I was like, okay, this is going to be a play into like the occult, you feel me, 45, Donald Trump. And what is he going to bring to the table over this Knots beat? This is who made the beat here. So, he did just that. Occult 45. Chop the head off of false idols, topple the statues over, set them ablaze. T. Donald would make Ronald Reagan turn over in his grave. Okay. Now, it's a lot going on here. It's a lot going on here. Carbon monoxide in the booth. Don't follow me out of the booth because he's spitting straight gas in there. And he talks about being in school and playing Scrabble, and the word Santa is the word Satan. And at some point in time, I felt like I was Prodigy in the video when he had the blood coming down the walls in the back and shit. And I was like, you know what? At some point in time, my nose is gonna bleed on this album, and I definitely understand that. He also talks about smoking haze in the middle of 13 candles, so he keeps playing into this thing of 13, and that shows on the next track here. Transcadexophobia. I knew y'all thought that I was gonna get that wrong. You feel me? But when it comes down to medical terminology, I definitely am a lyrics God when it comes down to that. You feel me? And that just means the fear of the number 13. You could blame Parks for this. You feel me? Parks is on the beat here. It's Parks. You already know the deal. So this is like him talking about robbing a nigga's it's about him talking about robbing a nigga's house, right? And killing his wife, right? As it goes on though, it's really like this thought process he had of doing this. So he never really did any of this. You feel me? He drops a line in here, after organized, you believe that I went solo. So he's, making a reference back to organized noise. That's where we first got familiar with Pharoahe Monch on here. But at the end of this, he goes through all of these things that we fear with the number 13, like stopping on the 13th floor, or doing this, that, and the third on there. So it was really, really okay just to see him just keep playing into this track 13. Like this number 13 is, that's the name of the group, I do believe. Again, another track from Parks on here. This has a big intro. It's called the Magician. And then Pharoahe, he goes into this like sadistic rap god flow on here. You feel me? And I was sometimes you just let the masses work. So I'm just sitting here, I'm listening to this. The next track on here though is called 666 36-word stories. And I ain't gonna front, I put on here, this album ain't for me. Now, which is really weird because I'm somebody, shout out Chambada and all of these people that does these type of like, uh, you know, esoteric and occultism and speaks like this all the time. But it's something about what's going on here. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. This shit just wasn't for me. And from this point going forward, it does have some of the standout points on here. Next track on here, Ghost Head. Like the ice on my watch. I got ice on my watch like a undocumented immigrant. So I know like he's still being conscious and he's doing all of this stuff, but I don't know if he actually gave the exorcism he was talking about on this whole album. I don't know if he gave hip hop or the community that exorcism he was talking about. And meanwhile, he spent his ass off. He spent his ass off. I would not deny the fact that he spent his ass off. It's something about this shit is not clicking. It's not the guitar riffs. Like, yo, what they were able to do musicality, like music wise, with the musicality of all of this stuff was really, really dope. But something in here was just not clicking for me. It sounded like real contrived to me. You feel me? Like it did. It sounded like real, like he really meant it to me. This is what I'm saying here, and I feel like this for the whole fucking album. You feel me? Now that was track 4 where I mentioned this at. This has 13 tracks, but let's keep going on to it. Next track on here is Scarecrow, and it's like this weird type of like Wizard of Oz scenario he's putting out there, and it's like weird like Spanish accents he's doing, and he's playing around on all of this stuff. And I get it. I like when an artist is being playful, but I couldn't do. I just can't do it. I can't do it. Next track on here is called Fight, and that's a police brutality track. So we all here with it. We understand that. The next track on here is called Racism, and it's crazy as hell, right? Because he think he trying to be witty in all of these scenarios and stuff like that, but it's just like it's not right to me. All right, smoke a pack of fags, walk in the club, smoke a pack of fags. All right, now overseas they call cigarettes fags. We understand that. So that's what you guys say to talk about things like this. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. You feel me? Then he goes between all these racial slurs and stuff like that. I don't like it. I really don't like it. Oxygen is like a weird ass jam session. I don't know no other way to put it. You feel me? The track Kill 'Em All Again. Now this might be the most normal track on the album. You feel me? This might be the most normal track on the album, but I don't know. The next track on here, The Exorcist. This is playing into like the whole COVID-19 situation that's going on here. Like I said, like yo, I just did not fucking like the project, dog. And I wanted to, because like you hear Pharoahe Monch, we talk about him all day, underrated lyricists, needs to be mentioned more, all this stuff, all this thing. So I was like, okay, he's gonna be tackling everything that's going on, because he has never strayed away from that. For his first album, Internal Affairs, is a track on there called Rape. You feel me? Like he's this type of nigga. You understand what I'm saying? Like he's born on October 31st. He's a Halloween baby. All of this stuff. I know all of this stuff. But it's something not right going on here. I don't understand what's happening here. The next track on here is called Amnesia. Rightfully so. It should be called that Amnesia, because it's a whole different vibe. It's a whole different vibe on here. It's not that dark, sinister type thing going on beat wise or whatever. Last track on here, Kill, Kill, Kill. And I just wrote nutty, oddball shit. Like, yo, I wrote nutty, oddball shit. I don't know what else to say about it. And I really wanted to like the project, and like I'm a fan of hardcore hip hop, and I'm a fan of these things that be going on here. But this just it was like it still missed some type of knowledge in here. Like for everything that he was talking about, it wasn't deep enough, or just like scratched the surface. And this is a long project. You had all the time in the world to really dive into a lot of the things that you were talking about on here, and I don't know why you didn't do it. So I'm sorry. Once y'all had listened to the album, let me know how y'all feel about it. You feel me? Let me know what's the tracks that stand out to y'all, what production y'all liked on it. Make sure y'all leave all that stuff in the comments below. But for me personally, dog, don't ever do no shit like that again. I will never listen to no shit like that again. And it's weird, like I said, like I'm a fan of this type of hip hop. I'm a fan of this type of shit, and it just was really lax. Even the track where I said like he was robbing a person's house and killed their wife, but at the end it really you didn't do it. Like, why didn't you do it? Like, we just came off ransom. I'm talking about doing stuff like that with no remorse. So why didn't you do that on an album that said it's an excellent day for exorcism? It wasn't enough exercising going on here for me. But I'm about to get out of here. I'm Madam Money. You can follow me on Twitter and IG at Madam Money Says. That's MADAMMONEYSAYS. Dog, let me know how you feel about this, because this shit did not make my head spin. None of that.
They ain't ready, steady aim at the target. I'm flooding the market, a break from the garbage. An artist, sensitive about mind pardon. No margin for error, flawless be rarer. The black cat goddess, you walking with a panther. Painting these pictures with words like Samantha, MacGyver. Alchemy on the track, make it lava. And I won't stop rocking till I retire. Singular or plural, she break numero uno. Colder than you know.